Indianapolis emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the New York Giants. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Detroit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. Play action. It's locked. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Now Mack. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Off of play action, Luck. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Off play action, Knight. And his throw is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
From the gun, Knight. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Mack on the toss. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. They'll roll him out right. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, it's Love. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Just beating the play clock is Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Hey, easy. Check out. 160.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
To your right. To your right. Check flag 33. Check flag 33.
From the 50, it's Love. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the gun, here's Love. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On 1st and 10, Luck. And an alley to run. Open space inside the 10. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it's helped his legs along the way as well.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Be right, be right, be right. 11Z.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Staying on his feet. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Throwing on 1st down. Knight. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
A handoff to Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. Knight, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the 2nd quarter score from Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Luck now on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on second down.
When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
We got 3, fellas.
Throwing on third down, Luck. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Option right, it's Luck. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up on Malik Hooker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
After the interception, it's Locke. Now he's flushed out left. Now he's going to go deep down. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Alec Ogletree in on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Here's Mack. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
To throw is Locke. He'll buy some time right. Ebron's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. He'll rifle this one deep right. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
On 1st and 10, Knight being chased out left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They'll run with Mack. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Regular. Color. Come on. Go ahead. Motion.
This is Hines. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Colts on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Alert.
They run again with Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
New York set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on 2nd down. Knight. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Knight. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Luck now to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Fielded at about the 28. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the... A 1st down carry for Barkley. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Giants on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
Operating from the gun. Knight. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Knight. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. From his goal line here, Lott over the middle, complete. That's Henderson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Hines on a toss play. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. On 3rd down. That's Mack. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looking deep for Hilton. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And New York set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
To throw again. Knight. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Knight. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Gone! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On first down, Knight. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Set! Blue landing! Blue landing! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. Knight. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hold on. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
operating from the gun. Knight. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on for the fifth time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the fourth quarter. Now, the Bills, they have added to their lead. If they can win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 right at the 30. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a carry for Mack. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now it's Hines, and he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now it's Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So locked down to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is. And what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Colts, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.